Hello, it's Vicky, trying another one of her vlogs. I just thought I'd speak to you all and say thank you very much for coming to Bulldog Day, helping with Bulldog Day, believing in Bulldog Day, because it means such a lot to me. I've got a list of people to thank. I've got to thank John, because he's collected all those teddies for the tombola, which actually in the end raised over £500 at stall, and Bulldog Rescue volunteers who manned the stall. I've got to thank Michelle Stonehouse and her family, Emma and David, because they put in from January. Michelle does all the arranging of sponsorship. She's much better at it than me, and she sells all the spaces for traders and everything. She actually finds people with different bulldog stuff, so the variety and everything is down to what Michelle finds. So thank you very much. I've got to thank Kirsty and her girls, because Kirsty always appears on the day. I don't see her a lot in between, but she's like 100% behind it, and she's actually coming to help me with the calculation of the accounts, which is really great. And her girls set to and help wherever they can, which is wonderful. I've got to thank James and Chloe, of course, because they're awesome and they come such a long way, and he came an extra day this time, so they both took a day off work, and that made it much easier. I've got to thank Brent and Shell, who are their friends, because they are an awesome foursome, and they've got little Dylan as well, who is the Bulldog Day baby, which we love him, because even though he went in next door's garden and had a pee, and I haven't yet been able to sort that out with the neighbour, but anyway, never mind that, we'll gloss over that. Gemma from Lovable, she's provided wonderful prizes for the show. I can't thank her enough. I didn't know really what she was putting in until I saw people coming away with the prizes, and that's really wonderful of her, because she's a business, but I thank her very much. Charles Bradbury, who got really dragged into it because we asked him to be Master of Ceremonies, but we didn't really give him any information except the booklet to tell him what to do. So I think he was going on a wing and a prayer, but besides doing that, he was there, he helped put all the things up, he helped take things down, he was still there, and he was one of the last to leave when we all left. So he's wonderful, and thank him very much. Marion Richardson with her glassware, which is wonderful, for prizes and judging the actual classes. With Mary Bullermine, she provided the cooling station, all the equipment and everything, and I bought the tent, but now Mary has given me the money for the tent, so she's paid for the whole caboodle, so we're very, very grateful for that. Melanie in the kitchen, who last year said she was never doing it again, she came up trumps and came shopping with me a few days before, and this time with her little recruits that she got from the children, it made the day much. She said it was the best day she'd had helping. She'd never had such good helpers, so she was really happy. She was even happy when she was going home. Gary Naggington, who was a great marquee putter-upper. He came before work and after a shift at work, so I really, really appreciate that. And then he also gave us that lovely coffee table, which funnily enough John won. So, but that isn't at my house, that because Chloe and James are moving house to the house next door, which they're really rebuilding. I was going to ask Gary to make one for them, because Chloe said to me when she saw it, "Oh my God, I'm going to have to buy all the tickets. I want that so badly." So when John won it, we knew where it was going. So it'll have a very happy home in Cornwall, but we have told her not to leave Layla near it, because it's the sort of wood that these litter of pups that are little vandals like chewing up. Abigail, who's come all the way from Runcorn and is on the Blackpool, she's our treasurer, and she does our door at our show. She's got mobility problems, so she can't walk around a lot, but she's got a team of people who help her in her kennels, and she brought them, and they were absolutely wonderful. And the two families that have got 6 children each, we'd got like 12 children who were running around, 6 of them in t-shirts, but we've got to get 6 more t-shirts for next year so that the other children can join in. And then we must thank Ben, our children's entertainer, because this is his 3rd year and he's really, really good. He's a lovely bloke, everybody likes him, and he comes early and he goes late, and he's through an agency, but he just comes and he just enjoys it. He says it's his best gig that he does the whole year. I want to thank Eileen Aldridge, because she has come along to that day over and over again all through the years, when many people weren't really behind me, but she comes. And then now, I mean, this year's been a pleasure for me, because the Bulldog Breed Council came last year, but this year they were so organised. Simon Winter was from the Health Committee, and Sue Wilson was from the Education. So they've done those two, all the things that I started doing, trying to make it an education day. Those 2 people, they did, Williamson, not Wilkinson, they did all the work that I originally set the whole day up for. So that left me free to be in my little drop-in centre, talk to people, give them behaviour advice, cut a few nails, which was a bit nerve-wracking, especially as they were nearly all black. It gave me chance to socialise and to help the people that have supported me and come year after year and ask me questions. So if you didn't get time and the queue was too big and you want to ask me something, please private message me on Facebook, and I will promise you I will either phone you or I will answer you on there if I can help you at all. I want to thank the Bulldog Rescue team that were there. Georgia and her daughter. Her daughter had got 2 other veterinary students that were nearly finished and nearly qualified as vets helping us. So that really meant we'd got Georgia and we'd got 3 veterinary students who were very committed to helping with health and everything in the cooling station. So you can't get better than that, really. I'm just trying to think. We had Ron Bull come in his dress up as John Bull, and he was very, very popular as usual. And finally, I better thank, this is if I've not forgotten anybody, I better thank Rose and Dave, who live near me and help me all the time with the dogs and things, and that I'm very grateful for. And then I must thank the judge, Karen Chamberlain, because as you all saw, she's a pretty personality, a big personality, and she made the day. I've never known us be able to have a judge with a microphone on that would be talking to the dogs, and so all the spectators could hear what she was saying. I think that was wonderful. She's even offered to come again and do it. She came all the way from Dover, and she would not accept any expenses. She was offered expenses. She was offered a taxi fare, because she's had a taxi from Newark Station both ways, but she wouldn't accept anything, didn't want any money at all to do it, and she's offered to come again. I thought she was amazing. She's a friend of mine anyway, but what I could see and what I've seen on videos, I don't think we could have had a better entertaining judge that was confident behind a microphone, because that's not every people can be a good judge, but they're not always able to speak. So my dogs haven't had a fight this time. We're out in the garden and they don't seem to have had any cross words, but I've got 4 of them round my legs here. Just have a little look. Vixen, and we've got Geordie, we've got Jack, who's 11 and a half, and we've got Clementine there, who's sniffing my foot. Anyway, I will try and remember all the other people I've got to thank, but at the moment I've run out of names on my sheet of paper. So all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming to the event, for having confidence and having the idea behind, understanding the idea behind it. So anyway, I hope you come again next year. It is June the 7th next year, the actual Bulldog Day, so that means from June the 5th they'll be camping. So we look forward to seeing you, and we perhaps, as time goes on, we might be able to develop more organised, maybe have a takeaway delivered to the showground for lots of people to eat together or something. But we have to, there's so much to organise, we kind of run out of time. But I liked our Sunday evening after party where the people who were left on the campsite all came in the hall again, and we all sat and had a chat and cogitated over the day. So it's a shame it rained. We haven't taken as much money at the door or on the barbecue or on cold drinks, because normally we run out of cold drinks, but we've got stacks of cold drinks left. But we normally, because it's hot, we sell loads of that. So but we're very pleased. We haven't totaled up yet, but we've started counting, and we know that it's going to be a nice little day. And Bulldog Rescue themselves took over £1,000 on the day, which they took home with them from their own stalls. So it's been fabulous for fundraising as well as what we intend it to be. That's for you to have a good day and learn a bit. Anyway, good night everybody, and I'll see you next year. I probably will do a few vlogs in between. I'm not really good at them, but everybody seemed to like the last one. Okay, good night.